Here's an amazing sales secret. Years ago, when I started a local marketing agency and I was meeting with clients in their homes and at coffee shops and at their office, and you start dealing with different people. Well, there's an in-person sales secret. You learn a lot about sales talking to people. But one of the most powerful things that I discovered was this little tidbit here that I'm about to share with you. And this is so gold that I'm recording it in a short recording so that you can just focus on that for a little while and use that. The reason why I have a ridiculously high in-person close rate, it's over 80%. So if I talk to 5 people who are pre-qualified and pre-interested in what I have to offer, 4 people become my clients. And that's pretty amazing. So how do I do it? Well, I would say that what's responsible for at least 80% of that success rate, you've heard of this 80-20 principle, 80% of what you do, sorry, I'm saying that backwards. 20% of what you do produces 80% of the results. So if you can analyze that, just do the 20% and do more of that, and you'll get better results. So that's a famous principle. It's the 80-20 principle. But this goes contrary to what you hear a lot of salespeople say. So there's a lot of sales training out there that says, how to overcome objections. So when somebody objects, you have this pre-canned response to that. But I'll tell you right now, that's bullshit. If someone has a legitimate objection, then it's very hard to overcome that. It's a very adversarial thing, and it's not really a cool thing to do to battle them because, you can overcome that by being tricky, but the bottom line is they shouldn't have that objection to begin with. So how do you do that? So it's funny that this is a sales secret, but it's just different than what everyone else does. So let's say you go out and you start pitching your services to homeowners when they call you because they need their lawn cut. So you're a landscaper and you say this is how much it's going to cost. Well, when you give your little presentation or your little speech or your little spiel, what you do is at first, if you're just starting out, you just explain what you can do for them and why there's a value to it. And then they're going to have these objections. They're going to say, well, do you offer financing or, that seems expensive. So, those common objections, which there shouldn't be too many of them because if they need their lawn cut, you're there. So they're already wanting to do this. They just want to see the value for the money. But you take those objections that you get over your first 10 or 20 or 30. If you've already been doing lots of jobs, you already know the objections. And then you build the answers to that into your presentation. And you'll find that 80% of the objections that normally come up most of the time. And if you deal with it before they ever have a chance to ask you a question, then there are no objections. You've already dealt with the solution. So that is a powerful sales secret. So any objection that you get multiple times belongs in your sales presentation where you can flat out say, here's the reason why this is a good idea. You can spin that objection around into a benefit that they get and make it worth it. So look at your sales presentation and see if there's any objections that you get frequently and see if you can add that into the conversation. When you're giving your pitch or when your salespeople are giving their pitch, have them put those objections in and deal with them so that at the end when you say any questions, the people say, nope, you've covered it all. Do that and you're going to do much better at sales.